Hello everyone, Mr. Z here. Welcome, glad you joined. What I thought I would do with this Lessons from a Baby Boomer, that's me, to the workforce of tomorrow. What I thought I would do was to just give a perspective of how the workforce has changed so much. And I've been in it a long time, seen a lot. No computers when I started. But where it is today and where it's going, because that's one of the things that I have learned over the years. You need to be able to adjust. You need to be able to be adaptable. And to give a little more context around what we're talking about with this new economy, so that you can be prepared. And why these skills that we're talking about, these 21st century skills, are more important today than they ever have been before. And like I said, I've been in the workforce for a long time. I've had my own life trajectory of ups and downs and peaks and valleys. Learned a lot from each one of them. I've hired a lot of people. I have had to let people go. I have been let go. I have had to look for new opportunities. And I've had those times when I thought that things were just off the rails and I couldn't get back on track. But one of the things that I've learned, and I was very fortunate early on to realize that perspective on how you look at the world and how you view your trajectory is instrumental in how to continue to build and move forward to achieve your goal. And it isn't. It's not about what you look at that matters. It's what you see. So many people that I have seen, that they're looking at the same situation and looking and seeing totally different things. Some see opportunities. That's where I have been blessed, that even after I was let go somewhere, I looked at it as an opportunity for growth. Whereas others will be devastated by it. And that is where one of the things that I strongly advise to everybody, and again, I was blessed to learn this really early, have specific goals in front of you. And write them down. And it may not be, I want to be this position within 3 years or 5 years. It can be, I just want to serve others. That's getting into your personal mission. I want to do my best to use my talents and skills that I have to be of benefit to others. That's my personal mission statement. And so no matter what happened and where I'm at, that mission statement stays that foundation and the direction for it. Perspective is really important in how you look at the world. And for a guy like me, the world has changed so fast. Again, when I started, there were no computers. Resumes were on paper. We mailed them in. We cut things out of the newspapers for the classifieds, for looking for opportunities. You worked in an office, or a plant. There was no such thing as virtual learning or virtual working. That was a big adjustment for a lot of people. Some of us resisted. A lot of us had to adapt. But we've realized now the world in the workplace, in this, what we're calling the new economy after COVID. It's global, it's fast-paced, much more diverse than ever before. It's still team-centered, and that's a challenge. Because when you are virtual and a team, how does that work? You all learned that through Twin Cities Rise of the virtual classes. You were a team. You were going through it together. You had a common goal to achieve. It can be done. It's not easy. Employers today are changing strategies daily. The workplace needs to be adaptable. It needs to change. And whether we realize it or not, we're going to be COVID conscious for quite a while, requiring different rules and different adjustments all of us need to make. The world that we're operating in today, totally different than yesterday or last year. And it's going to continue to move forward and change. And that's why it's important the workforce as well can adjust and adapt to that. That's what we're hoping to provide you with for the context of the workplace you're dealing with. And so we've also focused on what we call the employability skills, the 21st century skills. You know, there was an author that wrote that really our workforce focuses on two separate things. He calls them the resume virtues. These are all the things you put on your resume. Here's my training. Here is where I worked. Here's my experience. But he's also arguing, and I believe this, that employers today are also looking at what we call the eulogy virtues. The virtues that say who you are as a person. And these are those employability skills, those 21st century skills. The skills that are essential and transferable, can move from job to job to different roles, but are necessary for any individual to be able to function in this 21st century workforce. I've seen that develop and evolve, and it's becoming stronger. These skills are why 21st century skills are so important. And when you ask employers, you know, what are the skills that they really are looking for job success when they're hiring folks? They're looking for your ability to collaborate, some great communication. We spend a lot of time on that. People who look beyond themselves and into their team. And the people who can solve problems, that can critically think. Those individuals who are able to identify a problem, gather the information that they need from all sides, look at all alternatives, make the best decision. That's what employers are looking for. And when you get into an interview, always keep in mind, and I know when I was hiring people, I always thought, would this person fit with my team that I already have? Those are the skills, again, those eulogy skills that individuals, employers are looking for today, which is the reason why we focus so much on these 21st century skills at Twin Cities Rise. I really believe that as an employer, employers are going to recognize these. That's why in your elevator stories and some of your other stories that we talked to you about, that bringing these out can set you apart and are really going to be critical for success in the new economy that you're going into. Emotional intelligence is going to be the foundation of everything. That intense self-awareness, the ability to manage your emotions, your awareness of all of those people around you, the diversity that we have in the workforce today, as we talked about, and the ability to build relationships, manage those relationships is critical for success. Plus, it builds your confidence. The ability to collaborate and work in a team. The ability to critically think and problem solve. Exceptional workplace communication. You've seen this in the program from your communication with your coaches and with your instructors, your virtual classes, all of the resources and support. so important in this new economy. Workplace leadership, that doesn't mean title. That means having respect and trust of your co-workers, of having knowledge of your position, so when there are questions, they gravitate to the workplace leader. Technological literacy is going to continue, no matter what job, of being able to navigate, just like you have been for Zoom and for our Twin Cities Rise e-learning community, being able to navigate new programs, new systems without getting overwhelmed. Information literacy is going to be more important than ever as well. What information do you need? What information can you trust in? There's a ton of things out on the internet, but what do you believe? What is trustworthy? What's a reliable source for you to get the information so that you can make your decision and form your opinion? And financial literacy is going to be more important as well, of being able to navigate and manage budgets, insurance, all of the basics for what we call being employment ready. So we have focused a lot on these areas. And I wanted to reinforce that from my own career experience, I have found the emotional intelligence, the teamwork and collaboration, and that critical thinking and problem solving has really been a definition of my own career and validated everything that we're providing to you through your learning experience and the lifelong learning that you are going to need in this new world. And that brings us to reinforce again what I just said as far as lifelong learning. It's no longer enough just to go through and take a training and think you're done. The 21st century skills and the new economy are going to require individuals who can learn, who can unlearn, and can relearn. Because remember, the world that we're in now, the rules that we had before may not apply now. And the rules that we have in the future may not even be created yet. That's how fast things are moving. When we move Twin Cities Rise from in-person classes to virtual classes, we did it very fast, and we did not have a lot of rules to follow to do it. We did our best. We used critical thinking. We're continually adjusting, and we're continuing to learn. And as I said, as I've gone through my career, the biggest pieces of advice I could give to you is have some goals. And make sure they're SMART goals, that they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're realistic, and you got some time parameters set with them. But overall, one of the other main things that I have learned is having that personal mission, that personal direction of here is what I want to be. And again, my mission that has evolved is basically I just want to use my skills and the talents I have to be of service to others, to be of benefit to my family, and do the best I can with the tools and the opportunities that I have. That has been a lifesaver for me as things change. My mission is not going to change. But one of the main lessons that I have learned, particularly at Twin Cities Rise, is that everyone, absolutely everyone, has gifts that they have been blessed with. Everyone has talents that they can share with others. And really the big thing is it's up to us to find what they are, if we don't already know them, and to look for the opportunities to use them the best that we can. And I want to repeat, everyone has gifts that you have been blessed with. And everyone has talents that you can share. It's really up to us, individually, find out what they are and then use them to the best of your ability. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. It's been a nice little reflection for me to go back into many years of the workplace. I do have a little task that is associated with this that I want you to, because application, you can learn things, but it's using it that really makes the difference. So what I'd like for you to do is to go to the little activity that's associated with this. Think about these 21st century skills in this whole workplace that we're dealing with. And what I'd like you to write down, now we will reply back to you. And how are you going to be able to use these to achieve your meaningful employment goals? And remember, everyone has skills and talents. How are we going to use these to apply and achieve your meaningful employment goals? I want to thank you for listening. If you do have comments, questions, you can you can send me an email. My email address is here. I'll respond back to you. I want to thank you. Remember, it's all up to you to achieve the goals and the success that you establish for yourself. And those goals are your definition of a success, nobody else's. Have a good one.